Welcome to the Let's Go Ricky Roll podcast. Belter Duran, Ricky Romero, Josh Tolley. We were off last week. Actually, the reality is I was off last week. I turned off the phone, turned off social media, went to Zion National Park, and it was fantastic. Ricky, I felt like Tolley. I was like one with nature. I saw trees, fresh air. I wanted to cut down a tree. I went on a walk and a hike. And what happens? I come back and Tolley's not available this week because he's running his baseball camp.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty cool, man. I know we shot him a message and say, hey, focus on that. There's no better feeling than doing that. And after doing ours for the first year, it was so satisfying, and it's honestly the best feeling in the world. So kudos to him for doing that. Hopefully he's enjoying it, and yeah, man, that's a good excuse to miss the podcast today. And I'm sure obviously we'll miss him.
Yeah, totally is fun. He's cool. And for everybody who continues to send us messages on Instagram, we had rave reviews to our intern, Graham. This comes from Pelotero Chiquis. Graham came out swinging for the fences. Let's give him another chance. Okay, so we'll take there. Alaska Jones said, wow, Graham, great at first appearance. Okay, so we're going to keep Graham. And he did make the promos. I didn't put him up. I want to see what he would do. Scott Richmond, our good friend, just laughed about Graham. So a lot of people actually coming out and enjoying it. Graham is listening, but we're not going to put him up yet. We'll see how he behaves today. But Rick, no Farmer Tolley. We'll get with him next week. Really cool. And I went back and looked, and I missed the podcast last week. It was like, yeah, like something was missing every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And I've been telling you guys the numbers keep growing and growing and growing. So Tolley said he couldn't do it today. But we have a special guest, a friend of ours. We've mentioned him many times on the podcast before. And people are like, who is this mythical guy named Sanabia and his vibes? And after a couple years, we finally get Alex Sanabia on. I'll take full responsibility because I said I didn't want him on because he was too busy traveling the world and being one with nature. And now we got him. Alex Sanabia from Chula Vista, California, signed out of high school, went to the Marlins organization, played in the big leagues with the Marlins. Up and down, AAA, 4A guy, Mexico, Venezuela, all over the country. I was recently in independent ball with the York Revolution. I even bought a shirt that said Revolucion Baseball, and I can't wear it because our dude is now back in affiliated going to AAA. That's awesome. Let's bring him on right now. The one, the only, Alex Sanabia is in on the show today. Here we go.
Welcome. So, hey, that's a cool introduction, though, right there, Beto. But you know what's cool about this? You mentioned that he signed with the New York Mets. But I remember, and we've been talking about when I met him, it was in Tijuana when we were playing for the Toros, and that was the first time I'd ever met him. I knew who he was. We knew of each other, but I think when I got there, we obviously grew close and became really good friends, and our friendship has carried on. But I think what I appreciate most about this is that he's grinded through the Mexican League, and this year he said, screw it, I'm going to go all in on trying to sign an affiliated ball. I'm going to go play independent ball in hopes that hopefully I land a minor league contract somewhere. And then the guy spoke it into existence, did his thing, reinvented his whole delivery, did his whole thing, and trusted the process. I'm sure it's not easy, especially at our age. To be able to say, I'm going to change this, I'm going to do this differently, and kind of take that route, and I'm going to give it one last go. And now he's in affiliated ball again with the AAA Mets, and I mean, you got to tip your hat off to that, man. That's pretty dope.
Alex Sanabia, he makes his appearance on the Let's Go Ricky Roll podcast.
What's up, guys? What's going on? And before anything, bro, I need a Tolley with the newspaper at today's baseball camp. We need proof of that.
So there's a picture actually here. I'll show you right now.
Yeah.
I actually said,
"What's up, dude?"
I actually said he's sitting like an old man.
That works. That's proof enough. That's proof enough.
There it is. Alex Sanabia, before we get into your back and everything else, where are you right now, and what's the update on your career?
I'm in York right now, York, Pennsylvania. I leave to Syracuse tomorrow, so they gave me a couple of days. So taking advantage. Went to go throw, just got back from the field, and tomorrow I throw and hour drive make it a lot easier and more convenient once I'm there.
Oh, see, Sanabia's in the middle of the woods or something because his connection is going to go in and out. See, they didn't even tell you, Rick. We needed this guy, and we knew something was going to happen. So,
yeah, no, and again,
frozen.
you know, I've heard a little bit about his background and his story. He's obviously frozen right now.
I'm gonna leave the picture up there like that.
I guess they don't have Wi-Fi in New York. Where is York?
Pennsylvania. It's by Amish country. It's where the York peppermint patties are from. Like there. Like if you've ever seen the movie Kingpin and you'll see where Woody Harrelson's going by the Amish, like he's right by there. It's in Farmtown, Pennsylvania.
Wow. Yeah. So that's probably why there's hardly any Wi-Fi and he's frozen. And maybe we can get him back. Maybe if he hangs up and calls back.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, he told us before we went on air that he still has the iPhone 6.
Yeah.
he's still on 3G, you know, while the world is on 5G. So 2G's behind everyone right now. But no, you know what? Like I said, we were talking about like how he had to reinvent his whole delivery, and he did that, and we saw his progress. And on our group chats, he'd be sending us updates and saying he a few times like, Rick, what do you see? What do you got here? What do you got there? And you know, just kind of giving him my advice. And again, when you're older like that, to reinvent yourself and in hopes of landing a contract, and you go and do the whole independent ball thing, it takes a lot of balls to do that, because it comes a time where you're just like, I'm tired, you know, I'm just gonna hang him up and I'm good. But this guy has kept grinding, and you appreciate that out of somebody, and it's paying dividends now. And hopefully, you know, he is the end goal isn't AAA. You know, I feel like it's going to be even more satisfying if he gets that shot to go to the big leagues.
Yeah, for people listening, it's like you go to the independent ball. You're not affiliated with any major league team. It's basically a bunch of guys trying to hang on who are saying, hey, I don't know if I want to go home and start my second chapter of my life, but what are we doing here? And some guys get signed, but it takes a lot for you to just say, hey, I'm going to go and do it. And Sanabia is back with us right now. And Alex, anytime you get frozen, just hang up and dial back in, man. Don't worry about it. We're used to this. It's a live show, bro. We appreciate it.
Dude, I think my iPhone 10 got overheated, bro, and it started shutting down on me.
As I was saying,
you're still on 3G while the world's on 5G already, man. Come on.
Hey, bro, you got your own world to be in. No, I overheard you talking about doing everything I did and all that stuff, bro, and completely, man, doing what I did, the whole overhaul, that was a process. It was frustrating. It's not easy, man, but as you said as well a little bit, it's you have faith. It's like walk by faith, not by sight, and you don't know what's going to happen. You just got to have a whole lot of faith and trust the process, because during the whole thing, dude, there was a lot of times where I was like, man, forget this. I'm over this. Like, I'm getting worse. I felt like I went like 30 steps back, but it had to get worse before it got better. And before I believed in it, my pitching guy, my pitching coach down in Fort Lauderdale, Kyle Beard, he believed in me first. He was like, bro, you still have what it takes. And I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. 2 weeks in, like working with them, I started believing into it. And it was supposed to be only for a month that I was going to train with them. And a month turned into 19 months. And me moving in with him and me living in his bedroom and him sleeping on the pull-out couch because he only had a one. And here we are, and it was frustrating, bro. I said he was my second girlfriend. I have my girlfriend and then him, because him and I, bro, would get into it. We would fight, and there was times where it was bad, but I mean, it's paying off, bro. So it's a nice feeling, and honestly, dude, when they told me yesterday, hey, you're going to AAA, honestly, bro, I cried. You would have thought I was getting called up to the big leagues again, because I know the whole process and that I went through, and it's not easy at all, man.
Wait, yeah. I didn't know this about. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead, Rick.
That's freaking awesome, man. And I was going to say, I remember when you told me I'm going to redo this, I was like, in my head, I'm not going to lie, I was like, damn, this guy's fucking crazy. Like, just because like at our age, Alex, it really doesn't cross our mind to kind of do that, you know, to go, you know, a whole, you know, however many months, 19 months that you went, I would have gone crazy. And that's why I was like, damn, this guy is not to be able to do that, but hopefully it works out. And then you see the like I told Beto, this is not the end product. The end product is to end up back in the big leagues, but this is a step in the right direction. And it's like I said, it's cool, man. And to be able, like I said, to be able to see your progress and track your progress, it's been awesome. And obviously, from when I saw you with the Toros, I always said, and I remember I used to sit in your bullpens and we used to talk a lot about pitching and stuff like that. And I was like, what is this guy doing here? You know, why is he doing it here? But why can he do it in affiliated ball? You know, like, and obviously, you grow and you mature and you start seeing different things and you're like, oh, I could have done this different when I had the chance. And now you're seeing it. And I'm sure like every day that you get to put on a uniform, you know, with the AAA team in Syracuse, it's going to be a different feeling than when it was when you were, you know, a young 19, 20-year-old, because you think your career from at 19, 20 is going to last forever. And then you're kind of older on the outside looking in and you're like, fuck, I miss putting on, I'd do anything to put on a AAA jersey right now. And now here we are. And I'm sure it's kind of brought back to where it's like, I'm going to appreciate the shit out of every single day.
Yeah, no, 100%. You're totally right. When you're that young, bro, and then you get there so young, you think it's going to last forever, like you said, but it doesn't work that way. And not everybody has that career path. You know, mine's been ups and a lot of downs, but, you know, bouncing back. And you get older, you mature, you know a lot more. You take care of yourself a lot more. I know I do, man. I go to bed 11 the latest. I have to be in bed before 12. I mean, I eat healthy now. I don't eat anything out. Just taking care of yourself. But the knowledge you get throughout the years, it puts me in a position now where my perspective is I'm enjoying it and grateful for every minute of it, man. I went from being in Mexico for the last 4 years to doing this overhaul for 19 months. And I had to get a job in indie ball. And honestly, there was only one team that got back to me. And that was my manager, Mark Mason with York Revolution. And I said, he's like, we're not paying much. I said, I don't care. I just need a foot in the door, an opportunity. And he gave me that. And thank God, everything I've manifested, believed, and I've seen. I know when I told you, I'm sure you're not the only one. I told a lot of people, hey, I'm doing this and I'm going to get back to the bigs. And they're probably like, this guy's fucking crazy. Like, yeah, sure. Whatever's, bro. Like, how often do you hear that? But, and I can tell you firsthand now that it's happening, that it's super hard. And now I get why a lot of people don't do it, because it's a frustrating process and you get worse. I mean, way worse before you even get better. So it's just a lot of patience. And honestly, man, it's faith, bro, because you could do all this and you still don't know what's going to happen. You could put in all the time and effort, bro, and you're still up and you don't know. But I knew it, like in my head, it's already happened. Just the real time hasn't caught up yet. So in my head, it's already happened. I can tell somebody else and they're just like, yeah, whatever's, dude. But for me, it's already happened, bro. I'm just, the real world, the real time just hasn't caught up yet. So I'm enjoying it, man. And it's being wiser. It's a beautiful thing. You enjoy the little things, man. Like I go out to the field, I'll go stretch outside instead of inside just to enjoy the field, because I know that this may not last forever. I went 21 months without playing, you know? So it's just taking and appreciating the little things, being grateful for that, where you once took for granted.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's cool that you mentioned. It's cool that you mentioned that, because I don't know if you've seen the latest episode of The Shop. I don't know if you guys have seen it, and they had Tom Brady in it, and he's, you know, how old is he now, Beto? And he's in his
42?
42.
Yeah.
And he talked about how he early in his career he was in a lot of pain and this and that, and his elbow hurt every throw. And then he's like, you know what? I took it upon myself, hired somebody, his best friend who trains him now, and he's like, and I started eating healthy. I started sleeping right. I started training right, and my body feels as good as it did at the age of 20, if not better. And I was like, and I sat there and I looked at Cara, my wife, and I was like, wow, it almost motivates you to kind of, you're tempted. For me, like, I'm like, should I go pick up a baseball? And because obviously my process, my training process, my eating habits have all changed compared to when I was 21 years old. So it kind of crosses your mind a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to do it, but it pumps you up a little bit, you know, and living proof. You know, that's why it brought me to it. You're saying you're sleeping better, you're eating healthier, and stuff like that. And shit like that matters when we're young. And Alex, in the minor leagues, it's a grind, like, to go and find food in little cities and find good food. You're eating fast food, you're eating Subway, you're eating Burger King, you're eating whatever fast food chain restaurant you can eat. And that, I mean, that shit hurts in the long run. It hurts you, your body, and there's a reason why it's not good for you.
Yeah. It's
Go ahead, BD.
Just to correct it myself, Tom Brady is 43. He'll be turning 44 in August.
Good for him.
Yeah. And it's a good episode, what he says, what he talks about. And I was like, man, this is dope. This is, every young athlete should listen to what this guy's saying. There's a reason why he's doing it at that age, and at 43, you shouldn't be winning Super Bowls,
I'm sore for playing golf yesterday, man. Sanabia, let's go back and for people who are wondering who you are. I mean, we know you because you're in our group chat and you're fantastic. You have great vibes. I didn't know, Ricky, that you and he only met when you were in Tijuana in 2018, 19. Like, you guys act like you're old friends. And I've known of Alex for a while. Heck, I even sent Alex a Tapatio shirt back when he was with the Marlins. But here's his background.
Socks and everything, bro.
Socks
had
and
the
everything.
whole setup.
You know what the funny thing is? We mentioned that was the first time we met, but it almost felt like we've known each other for a long time because we hit it off quick. At first, I was like, this guy's fucking crazy. He's like doing these crazy stretches and like he gets so zoned in on birthdays, and I was like, Alex, take it easy, bro. Like, it's not that serious. Like, hey, it's okay to talk to people on start days. And he's like, bro, I just get locked in. I'm like, I get it, but that's just so much energy that you're wasting before you even step on the mound.
I do that now. I've changed that. Now I go in like it's a regular day where I'm not starting. So I changed that, and that makes life so much easier, bro. Now that I'm a little bit older, it's what you said. That's energy that I'm using. So, you don't want to start using that until you want to get going. So yeah, I completely changed that. So now I come in, I talk, and I say hello to everybody like it's just any other regular day.
So here's who Alex Sanabia is. He's only 32 years old, but he's a very wise man, very spiritual, very enlightened, reads a lot of books. He's one of the guys I rely on, like, hey, man, what's a book for my kid to read to know what's going on? Drafted at the age of 17 at a Chula Vista High School. What round?
Castle Park, bro.
Oh, you're from Chula Vista, but Castle Park High School. What round?
32nd, dude.
So if you're drafted in the 32nd round of high school, it's, yeah, we'll draft you, but we're not going to sign you. You decide to sign. Why?
Well, I was a DNF, but I guess a 6th rounder or 4th, 5th, 8th, I don't know. A guy didn't sign, so they were like, oh, we got money left over. Whether it was true or not, I don't know. They're like, what would it take to sign? I was like, I don't know, 50. They're like, we'll give you 40. I'm like, whatever, dude, that works. Like, all I wanted to do was play baseball. and it's turned out great so far, thankfully, because it's 15, 16 years later, I'm still playing, So in my head, it was just like, I just want to play baseball. And I was so naive. I thought there was single A, double A, triple A, and then the big leagues. I was like, okay, cool. I just go and keep doing what I need to do and just move up every level and then make it to the big leagues. And thankfully that naive mentality helped out because I wasn't involved about the politics. I wasn't thinking about not involved. I wasn't thinking about the politics or thinking about everything that really goes on. In my head, it was just like, you just do good and you keep moving up. And that mentality helped me get to the big leagues at 21. Not all, I'm just like, man, there's so much that goes into it, bro, than just that, what I thought when I was 18, 19, 20 years old.
Wow. Now there's 9-year-olds getting ranked with radar guns. And so now
and I couldn't picture myself at 17, 18 years old in minor league ball because, like you said, Alex, you get stuck in cities that are like eye-opening. It's not, mommy cooking for you anymore or doing your laundry or like picking up after you or like saying like, hey, like go here or hey, go do this or go. It's like you're on your own in these little small cities at 17, 18-year-olds, and we've seen it. You've seen it as as you moved along, and you see these young high school kids that just kind of get lost in that transition of high school ball to pro ball, and you can go from being the man in high school, and then when you get to pro ball, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares who you are, what your rank, if you're a first rounder or a second round. Nobody cares. It's like everyone's treated the same, and to me, as a college guy, it was like so eye-opening. I was like, wow, this is completely different. I could imagine at 18 years old being on your own and trying to play baseball.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give the people the background of Sanabia, right? So he's 17 years old, a young high school kid. Right now, the way it starts as 17-year-old, you're probably a high school freshman now because people hold you back and all this other stuff. I'm dead serious, Sanabia. So you go. So 2006, you're in in rookie league. You get to the major leagues in 2011. You're 2010 as a 21-year-old. You're there 12. The last time you were in the major leagues was 2013. You get to you're back in AAA. You go play in Mexico in 2016. It's been almost a decade since you're in the major leagues. So Knobs, I know you went to play in Mexico. You've been around. You were up and down with the Angels organization in AAA. Has there ever been a point now where you're like, man, fuck this game. I'm done. Let me just move on with life?
Not now. If anything, man, I'm more invested than any other time, probably. It's happened 3 times. When I was in short season, I called my dad and he was just like, bullshit, grow a pair of nuts and you're staying and do what you got to do. And then in 14, obviously he didn't say it like that. My dad doesn't talk that way. It was 2014 and 15 are the years that I struggled, and my dad got me out of the first one. My mom the last 2. She was like, "No, dude." She was like, "You've been in here. You've been playing since you were a kid. This is your goal. This is your dream. Like you're not giving it up to." I told her, I was like, I don't know, maybe do real estate. She's like, no, like get your shit together and keep fucking playing and let's fucking go. And here I am. So I got to thank my parents for that, for talking to me when those 3 years where I wanted to stop playing baseball because I struggled. And here we are, and I'm so happy, man. So what I learned is, dude, when you're struggling, when you're grinding, it's not the time to give up. It's just keep it fucking moving and keep putting time and effort into your craft. And right now, the amount of time and energy I've put into it is only a few people know. I mean, it would be my buddy, Kyle Beard, my pitching coach, my girlfriend. I have a close group, about 4 or 5 people that really have helped me get to this point. And then also a few other people to get jobs in the Atlantic League and then the contacts and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's got to be, it's my girlfriend, my buddy, Kyle Beard, and then my buddy, Rob Rosado and Ryan Snyder.
You better not forget about the fucking group chat.
What about the group chat?
Yeah, man. Come on now.
Fuck that. You guys took 2 years to get me on here. No. All of a sudden.
Hey, well, this is a show of the affiliated athlete, okay? So you were in Mexico, and as I believe, as you once told me, fucking Mexico, man, because you don't know what's going on, man. And not fuck Mexico, more just
happens, like... When something happens, you just say, it's Mexico. Yeah. That's all you can say, bro, when you've seen it all.
What you know what? And one of the things I enjoyed with Alex playing with him, he's the guy that every morning, he's like, "Where we having breakfast?" And I'm a breakfast guy on the road, like to head back to the hotel. This motherfucker will tour the whole city before we got to report to the field. Every time we were in a new city, he's like, we'd have breakfast, and there goes Sanabia off to venture off and tour wherever we were at, and it was the funniest thing ever, man. Like that guy was always adventurous when it came to cities, and I'd only do certain ones, but like he was always like, we were like in Campeche one day, and he's up there like looking at the cannons and looking at the ocean from like the highest peak in the area. Dude, this guy was always everywhere, man. It was pretty funny.
Oh, and he froze again, so we'll get him back. Yeah, I mean, until York, Pennsylvania, but that's why it's funny, right? Because that's why I asked him that question. Do you ever think about quitting? Because so many guys that I've heard in the past about podcasts or whatever, well, he's there somewhere. Even if we just have your audio, we're good. Have just said, oh, it got tough, and like, I'm ready to go home. I was having this conversation with somebody about how many guys do we know that went away to college and then they come back after their first year? Oh, I got homesick. It's like, dude, you're on scholarship. How are you going to get homesick when you're on scholarship? Because people are wishing and begging for an opportunity. And I get it. Everybody has a different situation. But those are the moments where you just got to grow up and get after it.
It happened to me. It happened to me in AA. I remember calling my dad. Yeah, I remember I was getting my ass kicked. And I was like, Dad, I don't know if I was I don't know if I was built for this. I don't know. Like, I had never really failed in my career, my college career. I had a pretty successful one, and coming up through the minors, I was good. And then I got stuck in AA. And I remember I called him. I was like, maybe I'm just coming home. He's like, all right, when you come home, it's time to find a job, though. He's like, so you pick and choose. And I was like, oh shit, nah, I'm saying. So that's just, you know, what parents are, you know, and we, Sanabia and I, are blessed to have parents that'll, you know, lay us straight and you know, talk to us with the firm voice, and you know they mean business.
The odds of you guys getting to where you're at, and that's why I love doing the podcast and hearing people's stories, because look, every kid says, oh, I'm going to grow up and play shortstop for the Dodgers, right? And then you realize, damn, there's got to be a time where you're like not good, whether it's in junior high or high school or whatever. And the odds to get drafted are impossible. The odds to get to the major leagues, as Alan Trejo told us, less than 20,000 ever gotten there. So, Alex, I don't know about this, Sanabia, because you know me, I always find the research. From your rookie ball team, when you were in, this team is called the Jamestown Jammers in 2007, short season.
Oh, God bless.
Okay, so the big name that came out of there was Matt Dominguez and Giancarlo Stanton. Okay, studs. Also making the major leagues, Osvaldo Martinez and Brian Peterson. That's it. There were 2 pitchers from that team that made it to the big leagues.
Cishek and me, I would imagine.
Yeah. That year, you guys had 20 pitchers used that season to get to the big leagues. And so it's like the odds are against. So everybody whose parents were saying, oh, my kid's going to do this because he's 12 years old and he throws 65, like the odd, it's just realize what the odds are against you to continue to play right now and continue to put on a uniform. And that's what everybody talks about, right, Rick? Like the camaraderie, the breakfast, those moments, like going around the different world that you've been, Sanabia. Has there ever been a moment where you're just looking back and going, how the fuck did I get here? Castle Park High, where scouts don't go, to still playing, and the odds have been numerical against you.
Not when I was younger, obviously not. I'm not saying I'm ancient, you know, but a little bit older now. It's just now you reflect and you put it into perspective, and you're just like, holy shit, man, like it's not easy when you think about it. Like, that's a very difficult thing to do, and I'm very blessed to do it. But at the same time, once again, we go back to the naive mentality. In my head, I told the scout who signed me, I was like, I just want to play professional baseball, and I'm going to make it to the big leagues. So at 17, in my head, I was determined, and I'm going to make it to the big leagues. But everybody says that, though. But another thing is believing it and seeing it. And I saw that even at 17. So that's say it. They can tell you all these things, but it's another thing whether they believe it or not.
Where does that come from for you?
Dude, you know me, bro. I read a lot, man. So since in 2018, I was with Tijuana for my 3rd year, and I started struggling, and that's when I was on a downfall for 18 and 19. I had a 6 ERA one year. The next year, you would think it couldn't get worse. I had a 7. So I started reading throughout that time and just taking in all this knowledge, man. And I was listening to Ed Milet the other day, and it's my buddy sent me the podcast, and it was like, knowledge is not power if you don't apply it. Like, you can read and watch and see all this stuff, but if you don't apply it, it does you no good. It serves you no purpose. You have to apply what you learn, what you read, what they teach you.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, this game will teach you a lot of lessons, and the funny thing is that Beto, Sanabia and I probably met in TJ, but we played in the Liga Municipal in TJ when we were kids, so we probably ran into each other and we didn't even know, man. We were probably eating tortas right next to each other and we didn't even know, man.
Bro, double headers, crushing the torta in the cafeteria, bro. Oh,
wait, what is this? What is this? Liga Municipal?
Municipal, yeah, dude, right there when you cross the Otay border. Is it Otay? Yeah, the Otay Mesa border. Liga Municipal, dude, a lot of guys played there, man.
Adrian Gonzalez, right, is one of them.
Adrian, Benji Gill, I want to say. I know Campillo did. Robles.
The famous. That's Anthony Ace of SoCal played there too. Let's not forget him. He talks about it like he owned the league.
Soon they're gonna name a field after him.
Yeah.
No, so this is the league. You think you might have played with each other?
Well, Alex is a little younger. He's 4 years younger than me, but we're probably. I mean, I don't know, 10, 11 years old. I mean, I'm sure he was. I don't know if he was there or not, but it's a league in Mexico. I mean, it's like a little league, like having pony ball here or whatever. And every Saturday or every other Saturday, I would drive up. My grandpa was the coach in TJ, and I'd come up, and whenever I'd be in town, I'd suit up. And I remember when I mentioned that, Sanabia and Ace were like, bro, we played in that league too, and I played in that league. And dude, it just brought back all these memories because you'd play doubleheaders, and in between the doubleheaders, they had a cafeteria, and you eat your torta and then start the next game. Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool, man. It was some interesting, some cool little times when we were kids, and it's funny because like I mentioned, Alex played in that league too.
Yeah, going across the border, because Alex, growing up in Chula, right across the border, you could see that stuff. Alex, when you went to play in Tijuana, obviously it's right across from where you grew up, but how did you end up there, and did you want to go there? Oh, he dropped again. We'll get him back.
Did he?
Yeah. Hey, but this is fun. Like I said, we've known Alex, and if you're listening to the podcast right now, always thanks, rate, review. We're doing the show live because he's going to be taking off. So this is what we do for you guys, the people. We take care of it. And Graham, okay, let's check in with Graham. Graham, how you doing? Graham, the intern, is back.
Doing good, guys. Very happy to be back.
You got a big fan club, man. What's going on here? That's what happens when you roast.
I'm glad to see the people were rocking with me.
All right, Graham, how's the podcast going so far for a 20-year-old white kid?
It's going great. I mean, these stories are absolutely crazy. Just talking about the grind of going up and down. I mean, starting from the draft, up to, you think, like he was saying, he had great aspirations, and just seeing that kind of come down and go right back up to where he is now is really amazing.
All right, Graham, do you want to hear more minor league stories or more stories about Mexico and Venezuela?
I kind of want to hear more stories about Mexico and Venezuela because I don't know if you guys saw, but another huge fight went down in the Mexican Baseball League. Same team as last time.
Okay.
And I think Alex might play on some of those teams. So
that's the team that we used to play for.
All right, here we go. Sanabia, as you're back, right?
There we go.
Okay, all right, Alex. So we're talking with Graham, our intern. I'm asking him, how's it going? Like, is he enjoying it? Like, do you want to hear minor league stories or do you want to hear stories about Mexico? And he said more Mexico stories because there was a fight in Mexico he's all about.
There was a fight in Mexico he's
a fight.
Oh.
All right, Graham, we're gonna mute you, get you out of here, but we'll get you the stories about Mexico fights. All right, Graham, just for you. Such a good kid.
The one with Nini, yeah. I mean, you see that Mexico fight; it's crazy, bro. They threw the freaking bat at the pitcher, and it's
the helmet, dude. It's like, I mean,
and then
man.
if you look at the clip, he picks up the helmet again and tries to chuck it at him. As Sanabia said, Mexico, bro.
Mexico,
man. And you wouldn't think, bro, playing with him, being his teammate, bro, just quiet, kept to himself. I mean, he'd talk here and there, but I definitely didn't expect a bat thrown and a double helmet toss coming out of him. That's for sure.
Since Graham wants to listen
put your
to
headphones on.
Well, dude, my phone's. Can you hear me, or do I got to move it closer? My phone was like on 10%, bro. I'm a mess.
Oh yeah. Get closer to the phone so we can hear your voice.
I mean, dude. My nose is big enough. You can see it from.
It's all right. It's all right. We can. Hey, it's all right.
You don't need me that close to the camera.
All right, here. Synobs. Here we go. Here's what we'll do. We'll take your video off. We're gonna use just your audio. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it's gonna be. All right. So Sanabia.
No, what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Graham wants to listen about Mexico and Mexico fights. Why don't we put up the picture of Sanabia going to the crowd and almost kicking somebody's ass?
All right, so Sanabia, are you here still?
What's up?
Okay, so
yes,
we're not gonna use your video anymore. What we're gonna do is just grab the phone like you're having a regular phone call, Sanabs.
All right, I'll be better prepared in 2 years from now when you have me on again.
Well, I mean, here it is. Graham just sent us the video of the fight from there. Okay, in case I want the video. This intern is good, Rick. This guy's on it. All right, so Sanabia, let's get into the Mexico nitty gritty, man.
All right.
Why is Mexico crazy when they want to fight? What's the story over there?
I mean, it's Mexico. I mean, there's not much more to it. I mean, it happens, but I mean, I don't know if it happens more than over here. Honestly, I couldn't even answer you that. I just when anything happens over there, my first response is fucking Mexico. It's Mexico. Like something happens, something's not working or whatnot. It's Mexico. After a while, you're there long enough, and that's your response. It's Mexico. You're not even like fazed by it anymore. It's like there's no reason to waste words. It's Mexico. I mean, what do you expect? You don't like it? Play better or play worse. I don't know. It's up to you.
Now, you played in Tijuana. The fight that happened recently, I mean, let me see. Graham sent it to me. The Raileros and Toros de Tijuana, two teams that you played for.
Yeah. So I knew I played with the pitcher Quintero who hit him. He's out from your guys' way. He's a LA guy. Brandon Quintero, and then with Nini, I played with him. Shit, he was my catcher. So, I mean, it's part of baseball. I mean, I don't agree with the bat and the helmet throw. You know what I mean? But if guys get hit for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. I mean, things that happen. But to get to that point is a little bit on another level. But what are you gonna do? It's Mexico.
And it's true. In Mexico, you were there. You came to a game, Beto, and the first game you go to, we clear right away. It's like it almost becomes like it's like once to twice a week. I say, you're clearing in Mexico. You're clearing the benches.
Come on, really?
It felt like it. It felt like the time I only spent 2 months there, and I felt like we cleared. I cleared probably more times there than I ever did in the big leagues.
Really?
Oh man, there's just so much. Honestly, I think there's so much passion that people don't know about in those games, and so much pride that goes into it that I feel like I was impressed, man, with the way that baseball is like cared for and loved, especially in Tijuana, and it's pretty cool when you see that love and passion for the team that you're playing for.
So, Dobbs, have you talked to the guys that did it? Oh, he hung up. This guy. See, this is why we're gonna have to get rid of him.
Did you find a picture of him going in the stands?
I'm looking for that one. I can't find it. So, Rick, for
really,
you would clear all the time?
No, it honestly felt like it. It wasn't all the time, but we cleared at least 3-4 times in the time that I was there.
No way.
They don't. Yeah, it's like you go. It's like, yeah, I mean, right there, they're not scared to hit you and retaliate and so on and so forth. It just kind of goes back and forth. And yeah, it felt like, yeah, you don't take anybody's shit there.
You didn't. What did you do? Because you're like not Mr. I'm gonna go fight you guy.
Nah, man, come on. I was there. I just, I mean, you clear when you have to clear, but I'm not sitting there trying to fight anybody. For what? But this is Sanabia. I found it.
Oh,
that's him.
Let's see here. Oh. The picture of Alex Sanabia yelling at the crowd. Can't go wrong with that.
He wanted to go into the crowd.
Can't go wrong with that, man. That guy's doing he's doing work. He's doing the work. Because we lost him.
Maybe he'll join us at one point if he can.
Oh, here we go. All right, is he back? Is you back? Is the kid back?
There we go. Sorry, bro. Phone overheated, dude.
The phone overheated?
It said temperature is hot. Let phone cool down. My bad. I'll be more prepared next time, dude.
If there's a next time.
Yeah,
shit, man.
Unbelievable.
But we're just showing a picture of you.
Which one? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to frame that one day in my house, bro. That's the most expensive piece of art, that's for sure. That cost me a lot.
How much did that cost you?
Man, I want to say it was like 4,500, but the team was like, the league's we're gonna pay. You only pay 2,500, so I guess they took $2,000 off my tab.
Okay, we got the video from Graham of the fight in Tijuana. We're gonna show it right now. Let's see here, coming through. This is where the fight that happened in Tijuana, and let's see, can we get it? There it is. So, Sanabia, can you see this? You know the guy batting, right?
Yep, I know both of them. The guy pitching and the guy batting.
Okay, so the guy batting is your friend. You guys said that he's like real mild-mannered, calm, chill,
quiet. I must have heard him talk 3 times in the time that I was there.
Okay, and the guy pitching is who?
I don't know.
Brandon Quintero.
Okay, and so here it is. I'll play the video, and the catcher is set up way on the outside. Tijuana's winning 5-3, and boom, right in the back. Throws the bat. Throws the helmet. Gets after it.
If you follow him, he doesn't grab the helmet, ready to throw it again. The best part is our little homie Chavale right there.
Yeah, okay. He's running out, and the pitcher has his hand out like, what, man? What? Go by the catcher. And then you see right on the bottom of the screen, number 77, our good friend Chavale, and it went for a while. That one went for a while. That was a good one, back and forth. And now, what happens afterwards, Sanabia, in those fights?
You kind of, it cools down, and whoever gets tossed, and you resume the game, and then the next day or a couple of days, that's when you get all those fines. There was a list, I think, in the group chat that we saw. And I converted it from pesos to dollars, and it was like anywhere from like $700 to like $2,400 for the fines. And there was at least 5 guys on each team that got fined.
Oh man! Now, Graham, let's bring Graham back in real quick. Graham, I know you're enjoying these fights about Mexico and hearing the stories. Did you see the bottom of the screen? There was a bat boy who's about 3 feet tall. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that, but I was actually looking at the comments, and someone said, "Did someone see the midget, or is that just me?" And so I guess you caught that too.
Okay, this is why we brought in Graham, because we're trying to expand our audience and understand, what the non-baseball fan might know. So, Graham, in Mexico, a few of the teams have little people as their bat boys, and where the bat boy, the equipment managers, going on. Sanabia has made one of them very famous. His good friend, Chevale Internacional. Let me show you here. Where is it at? Let me get you the pictures. Sanabia's ready to go. This man right here. Sanabia has made Chevale Internacional 77, the little guy, and Sanabia created the Instagram account for Chevale. Good dude. He's now become an international man of mystery, and it's all because of Sanabia creating this guy. Graham?
Wow. That is so awesome. I want to hear the whole story. Like, how did you meet? Like, the Instagram page. I want to know all about it.
Hey, Graham, and it's a little person, all right? FYI.
I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Right.
Come on, Graham.
Yeah, bro.
Clean it up.
Respect my man.
I'm sorry.
So I met him in 2016 when I first got to Tijuana.
Sanabia, put the phone by your mouth, man. There we go.
I met him in 2016, and then little by little, I became good friends with him, and now we have a great friendship. So I want to say in 2016 or 17, I was like, you know what, dude? I'm going to create you an Instagram account. So I created him an account. It was it's Chevale Internacional 77, I believe. And I must have ran that account, man. I would upload videos of him. We would mess with them. And I want to say now he's got over 10,000 followers, but I don't manage it
11.
anymore. All of a
11.
I created
11. Exact.
Okay, 11. 11. I created a monster, bro. So somebody else runs it. I got sick of it, and he became high maintenance, man. He wanted he all this work for no pay. So somebody else runs it, but no, it's awesome, man. In Tijuana at the stadium, he is loved. I mean, he's something else, man. And if you were to hear him laugh, that's another thing in itself.
Hold on, let me see if I can pull up.
Now, Graham Chevale is a dude who is very, very, very popular. He now has hair plug endorsements. I'm dead serious.
Does he really?
He does. It's very true. Yeah, the doc. He sponsored the doc in Mexicali, I would imagine. But yeah.
Graham, and he works Winter League. He's out there working, all that good stuff. He's also, as the Green Eye Bandit says, he is a dancing machine. He gets down, he does all. So Chevale Internacional 77.
Yeah, there you go. So he's known, man, and he's loved. And me personally, man, I love the guy. He's awesome.
Yeah, I know. He really is loved, man. He's a guy that's just, we had a ton of fun with, and even having beers with him on the bus, at least I did, and it's a good time, and that's just, Mexico is just different in that sense, where it's like it's straight fun, man. I for the most part, I enjoyed most of it because of guys like him, obviously, like Alex and Chevale, and the fun that we had. And talk about a guy who can eat, Beto. And Alex will tell you this: he can eat. I've never seen somebody eat like he does. It's crazy. Crushes, like, it's like just plates on top of plates, and just the guy just keeps eating. This is his laugh right here. Oh, hold on.
So I don't know what I missed, but anybody listening, definitely, he's worth a follow on Instagram for sure. Him and his shenanigans.
Yep. And also, Graham, if you are really, really into it, YouTube mini derby, Chevale. There was a home run derby between the Little People Bat Boys.
Manny. It's Manny and Chevale. Manny is a bat boy in Mexico City, and these guys, and Sanabia is the one that used to run.
Yeah, that's right. Manny's Mexico City now. Yeah.
That shit used to be funny, man. When these they're like throwing live bets, and each team is talking shit to each other, and we have our guy, they have their guy, and these guys are like serious, man. They're like training for it, like leading up to it. It's hilarious.
It's the mini derby. It happens every single year. It's awesome.
Graham, imagine this: a home run derby where the home run fence is the outfield between two little people.
I need it. I need it every single year in the MLB. I need it for every sport, really.
Graham, you're going to go back to the University of Oregon, and your professor's going to say, "So what'd you do this summer?" I was Googling mini derby Chevale Internacional. Yeah, you're going to get kicked out of Oregon, bro.
It's worth it. It's worth it if this is what's out there for me.
Oh, Sanabs, how you feeling, man? You good?
Solid, bro. I'm enjoying this, dude. This is fun.
Yeah, I wish you could see some video from you, but hey, we'll have you back in a couple weeks with Toli. I know you got a busy day, and I'm dead serious, Sanab. We'll get you back in a couple weeks when you're in a hotel with some real Wi-Fi. We'll get you a video. We'll have you with Toli. Let's plan maybe middle of July. Hopefully,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, by that time he'll be in Queens. Yeah, he'll be in Queens by then. We'll be on the Showbird, and we'll figure something out with you.
Dropping vibes in NY, baby.
Now, Sanabs, this is what I really want you to do. You're always very motivational for people. And so somebody who's listening right now, why don't you just drop some, whatever it is you want to say, the forum is yours. Go for it, Alex Sanabia.
I'm going to quote Marcus Aurelius, live by feelings, hold up.
All right, we can edit that. Graham, edit that out. All right, one more time. Where'd he go? Don't tell me you lost that.
He probably went to go look it up. Oh, he's cutting off.
See, that just says it all.
No.
Oh my God.
What happened?
Damn.
Can you hear me?
Hold on, Sanab, real quick. Rick, I think we need to get money for this intern because I just got the text from Graham right there. Chevale Mini Derby Home La Revancha. Just in case. Our intern is on it, man. We need a GoFundMe or a Patreon for Graham. All right, Sanab, you ready?
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius. Live by principles rather than feelings, because principles, those stay the same. The feelings are live by principles rather than emotions. Emotions change from day to day, minute to minute, hour by hour, but your principles you stick true and you hold them, and that's by Marcus Aurelius. I'll leave on that.
Sanabia, come on, man. We're trying to make a promo out of this for you. Come on, give me a good one. Read it with feeling right now.
A good one with feeling, shit, man.
You know what?
Just read it. No, that was a good quote, but just read it right. Let's go.
Alex, give me
you want me to read it?
Damn it, this guy. Ya valió. All right, hang up, Sanabia. We're done with him.
Hey, no, and although I appreciate him coming on, man,
yeah.
We're rooting for him, obviously, and a great guy off the field, and hopefully he makes it to the big leagues. What a story that would be, honestly. So hopefully we see him in Queens, and he's doing his thing.
That would be awesome. That would be great. Like, I mean, messing around with Sanabia is a good friend of ours, and it sucks that we couldn't get the better connection. I told him, he even said it. Hey, I went to York, no distractions, doesn't have the social media working, no computer, no iPad, just the phone to text people. Oh, let's see. All right. Oh, he's back. All right, Sanab, just go for it.
Live by principles rather than feelings. I like that one a lot, and I'm a big Marcus Aurelius guy, and I got that from his book Meditations.
Live by principles, not feelings.
Rather than feelings. That's just, you asked me, and that's just one. And I know we talk baseball, but it's also like a life thing as well, you know?
Yeah, man. All right, well, we're going to let you go, Sanabs. I know you got some things to do. We'll do it in a couple weeks. And honestly, everybody's rooting for you. You're a good dude, great guy. And we've known what's going on to overhaul yourself for 19 months, to believe in yourself when nobody else did. And York is the only team that gave you an opportunity. And we said it. All you need is one person in your corner, and that's it. And you're running with it. And good luck to you this weekend. We'll be rooting for you. You know that, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Thanks for having me, dude. Take it easy.
Sure, Alex. Thanks, brother.
All right. Laters, bro. See ya.
All right.
Oh, hold up.
What we got?
One last thing, bro. I got to give a shout out to my boy Rocco Marcus, the one you said that doesn't exist. He does exist, bro, and he's listening. So I told him I was going to give him a shout out. So Rocco, here's a shout out, bro. He's over here giving you 5-star reviews, and you're over here thinking it's a make-believe person, bro. So Marcus is real.
All right, Sanabs, you and your fake friends, get out of here. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya, bro. Bye.
Oh, God. So the story behind that is there's a guy who would leave reviews on the iTunes like, oh, Sanabia this, I love your show. And kept asking, bring Sanabia on. So we thought it was him. Like, it was a guy named Marcus. I'm like, oh, yeah, Mexican guy named Marcus. Oh, sure it is. But, yeah, so if you really do exist, Marcus, we appreciate you. But, yeah, that was cool. Obviously, we had the connection issues with them back and forth. But it's all right. We got through it. It happened. And I just love his story, man. Like, for being so young, he's only 32. He's gone through so much. And mentioned, it's been almost a decade since he was in the major leagues, and he's still grinding and chasing it. And
grinding, man, to do an overhaul on his whole delivery. I mean, I talked about it last week. I was on J Central, and they were talking about Ross Stripling and how the success that he's been having and the adjustment that he made from the beginning of the season, because he struggled to now And I'm like, people don't realize, like, we look at Sanabia and for him, it was 19 months. Stripling has done an adjustment from one start to the next, and it's changed his whole half a season around. And it's not easy to make adjustments on your delivery and change something you've known your whole life, your whole career. And to make that on the fly, I mean, you tip your hat to the guys that are able to make it quick, and it's something that's not easy. And you appreciate stuff like that. People don't see the behind the scenes, that happens for these guys, and the stuff that we have to do in order to prepare. And that's our job. Yeah. But like when you're constantly trying to tinker things in the middle of a season, it's not easy. For, like I said, Sanabia took him 19 months. And even then he still had times where he wanted to like give it up and say, I'm done with this. Like, this is not working. And now he's seeing the change.
Yeah. Excuse me there. That's why in our group chat that we have, it's love hearing it. And because we'll say something about baseball, and like I know a little bit as a reporter, but I haven't been around baseball for a while, but I've seen a lot. And just to hear the way you and Alex talk about certain little minuscule things, it's like, it's fascinating. It's really, really awesome to hear. That's why we try to portray that and give that to the fans when they're listening. So we do appreciate everybody.
I always say this, and I love talking the game. I love, like, when I'm like engaged in the group chat with our conversations about baseball. Like yesterday, I had the opportunity to take my little guy to a Dodger game, and you were there. And we were talking, and I just, the way I view the game is just completely different. I'm looking, everyone's waiting for the home run or the big hit and stuff like that. But it's like watching, Trevor Bauer, how he sets up guys, how he's still 97 in the 6th, 7th inning, and he's deep into that game. How how the Sclafani, how he's freaking gave up 3 home runs, but he's still in there chucking and not backing down, and still made it a quality start. All that stuff, man, that's cool stuff to me, and stuff like that matters. It's why I enjoy the game. The cat and mouse between the pitcher and the hitter is always cool to me to watch, especially when it's live. And hopefully I can get Sebastian one day to understand that and be like, this is what you got to look for. Look for this, find these little things in a game, because yeah, the home runs are cool and all that, but to me, it's more to that than home runs.
And it was pretty cool to be there too. So I went with my friend Steve. Last minute, just picked me up and went. And he has 2 kids. He has one son is 9, and he took his friend. Sorry, coach of the travel team. They're 9-year-old, and their kids are studs. I've seen them play before, studs. And one kid, buddy, from L.A., all of a sudden tells me he's a Blue Jays fan. So I tell the kid, hey, my friend played for the Blue Jays. He's like, yeah, whatever. So he's sitting with Ricky, and finally I'm like, hey, man, are you going to ask him? And he gave you the whole rundown of who is on the Blue Jays. He knows what's up, and Teo Oscar, and he gave everything out there. And I'm like, he played for the Blue Jays. He's like, yeah, okay. Like, right? They didn't believe you. I even showed him a picture of Ricky with Joey Bautista, and he's like, yeah. And Ricky showed one of the other kids. He's like, what, did you just make up that contact number right now? He's like, we'll call Vladdy right now.
Yeah, they didn't believe me, man. Hey, they were probably not even born when I was in the big leagues. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool when you get to interact with kids like that. And you see, this is the first time my son, he's usually in bed by like 7:15, asleep by like 7:30. And last night we shared that father-son moment. It was like 10:30. It was just him and I, my brother and my sister. But the drive there, we're talking the whole time. The drive back, I'm trying to let him hang in there so he doesn't fall asleep on me, because I want him to kind of just, not sleep the whole way. And then he doesn't want to go to sleep when we get home. So I was like talking to him. And then at one point I just looked through the rearview mirror, and it's like, Daddy, I'm tired. And he just like starts falling asleep. And I was like, man, this is cool. These are the moments. Like, this is what I remember when my dad used to take us to games, and we'd sit on the pavilion and going home, and you're tired, you're cotton candied out, you're freaking, peanut. He's like, Daddy, I love the peanuts. I love eating the shells and all that stuff. So he shared a cool moment, and it just brought back, it came back to me, like all the stuff that me and my dad used to do. And hopefully we're able to create more moments and memories like that.
And that's why we love doing the podcast, so we could tell those stories for everybody out there. It was really cool. The best part was when Sebastian saw the guy with 5 cotton candies and said, "Dad, buy one from him." And it was a guy who was bringing it for his friends.
He did do that. He did do that. He's like, "Daddy, can you buy one from him?" I'm like, "Dude, I think that's not a vendor. Those are his."
He'll learn, bro. That sweet life, bro. He'll learn.
Oh
And
man, yeah. Hey, yeah. My sister's trying to change him because he always says he's a Blue Jay fan. He wore his Blue Jay hat, and they gave out a Dodger hat. It was a Dodger hat giveaway, and my sister's trying to like change his mind. He's like, "No, you're in LA. You're a Dodger fan. You're a Dodger fan." And he's looking at me, and he's like, "Daddy," and I'm like, "Hey, dude. Hey, Dodgers don't give you any sweets, baby. Come on, come on." When we're in Toronto, they treat us really good, and he was just like, "Can we sit in a suite here?" I'm like, "No chance, dude. No chance. What ain't happening here?"
yeah, his buddy Ace isn't showing up.
It's cool to see all that stuff and him just enjoy and see this stuff. You know, he's like, I've never seen a crowd like this. I mean, it's a Monday night at Dodger Stadium. They're playing the Giants, and the state. What would you say? The stadium was at like 85, 90% capacity.
It was packed, man.
Yeah, it wasn't sold out, but I don't think he'd ever seen a big crowd like that. And I think he enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for you as a parent taking a little kid to a game, but it's worth it. Those memories, like, no, my kid's 16, he don't care. He's like, all right, we'll go. Been there, done that, because it's like, whatever. And also the renovations. Shout out to the Dodgers, fantastic renovations. Everything looks cool. And also, happy birthday to our good friend, the Green Eye Bandit. I always see that he's there at every game. He might as well have season tickets. So cool, and it's happy birthday to Caesar, the Green Eye Bandit, our good friend of ours. Who
also a shout out to our favorite groundskeeper too, Brad, Sebastian and Ball, Chaton, Fernando.
I can't believe our favorite dude. That groundskeeper is famous, man.
Yeah, he is.
Wow, he actually acknowledged us.
He rakes the shit out of first base, that's for sure. So, you know, I feel like, dude, honestly, Dodger Stadium. I always say it. There's something about it. It just. You sit in your seat, and maybe it's because I grew up going there, but man, that place is always just looking beautiful. Beautiful. It's just, I feel like, and when you talk to players, a lot of players say that those are some of the nicest surfaces in the big leagues. And I never got to play in them, but every time I see it, it's a beautiful stadium. It's a good atmosphere. It's like I was telling my wife, I was like, I miss Dodger Stadium. I miss going there. Like last night was really, really cool. I just, you know, the sunset, everything about it. It's just really cool. The vibe, it's nice.
When the guy who drags first base is a celebrity, you know you're big time. You know it's a big time organization. And there he is, El Chaton, who acknowledged us by waving to us from the field. Like, we felt important. We felt really important with him right there yesterday. Oh, yeah, that was cool. Also, shout out to Legacy High School. They won the LA City section school. They won their Division III championship. If you guys don't know, there's a Ricky Romero baseball camp account on Instagram. And Ricky does this. We do our camp every single year. And we're going to do it again during Thanksgiving weekend, somewhere around there. And Legacy High had a couple players that went to the camp, and they won. So shout out to Legacy High. There it is.
Awesome. Congrats, fellas.
Camp, and everything else. And also, we have a question from one of our fans. What did you think of Bauer's performance last night? Let's delete that. Our favorite Salvadorian friend, Marco Palayo, checks in and says, what did you think about Bauer?
Hey, man, kid is nasty. I mean, you know what I appreciate about him is he'll give you, if it was up to him, he'd give you 140 pitches every fifth day. He really does. He takes the ball and he knows what he's in for, and you appreciate that, because nowadays it's you see it less and less. But you appreciate when a workhorse. I was looking at his innings, and he was already, this is at the beginning of the game, and he was at, like, I think to start the season, or to start the coming into the start, he was already at 103 innings. Yeah. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that's what you call a workhorse. That's what you want out of a guy you're paying $30+ million, and he's doing it, man. He goes out there, he gives his team a chance to win, and you appreciate that from him.
There it is. All right, what do you got? You've been doing a lot of TV in Toronto. Was it Tim and Friends?
Tim and Friends. I've done a few of the pregame shows for the team. it's all cool, man. I mean, like I said, to me, my love and passion is talking the game. The Blue Jays obviously hold a special place in my heart. So the fact that they've allowed me to come back and do stuff like that and talk about the team, the young team. I mean, Vladdy Guerrero having an unbelievable year, but I feel like it's being overshadowed by Shohei Ohtani, man. Like it's going to come down to the wire, and obviously the guy's doing it from both sides of the plate, and he's, is he even human? Who knows? It's cool to watch that. But then you watch Vladdy, and I feel like he doesn't get enough coverage here. It's like, if you're watching what this guy's doing, and I try and watch most of the games every night, and what he's doing, not just hitting home runs or driving in runs, but the way he's hitting, the way his approach at the plate, taking them with like he's doing what the game gives him, and he's taking it. And if the ball's out, he takes it the other way. If it's if he has to use, if he gets jammed, he's still trying to pull it down the line. It's like the little things he's doing, man, and you appreciate that again. And hopefully it's one of those things that kind of comes down to the end, because I feel like it attracts the baseball fan if you have two guys in the middle of it and they're going toe to toe and one's matching the other, and then you're looking what Acuna and Tatis are doing too, and it's like every night one of those guys is just matching the other. Vladdy had 25 home runs, and then Tatis goes and hits 3 and ties them. The next day, Vladdy hits another one, and now he's up, and Ohtani hits another one. Like, dude, to me, it's an exciting time, for baseball, and hopefully it continues to capture the people, and these guys, these young kids, just continue to carry the game.
It's so much fun to watch. Like, I know it's different. I was talking with my friend Steve about this last night with the shift and everything else going on. It's like, what is going on? But at the end of the day, baseball's still fun, especially at Dodger Stadium. It's always cool to see. I'm going to go down to an Angel game soon. I haven't gone to an Angel game in a couple of years, but I'm going to go just because it's just baseball. You got to watch it. I want to see Ohtani in person.
I'd say we should wait till Trout comes back, and then you have both those guys in the lineup. It should be fun.
I guess we're having a road trip. I think our friend Anthony's a big Angels fan, so maybe he can hook us up with
He is. Yep.
He can get us a suite.
Yep.
He's got his Angels jersey ready to go. All right, so 4th of July weekend coming up. If you guys need anything, go to the beach. Ricky will not be there. You can wave to him. This weekend, I will be taking over Ricky's beach house. So if you guys want to come through, bring your bike. Let me know. I am there for you. Doors wide open. So hit me up. We're having a fiesta at Ricky Romero's beach house in Newport Beach. So meet me there. And then we'll do a show next week. Tully will be back. And then we have a couple cool cats lined up pretty soon. And that's it, man. It was fun. Ricky, we'll talk to you next week. Also, happy anniversary to our good friend Ruben Polanco. Big fan of the show, good friend. He's going down Valle de Guadalupe for his anniversary. So, Ruben, we need wine. So, send it, bro. Let's go. All right, so everybody else, thank you. Rate, review, subscribe, and share it. Let everybody know. And Alex Sanabia, his Instagram is Sanabia28. He doesn't post, but he watches. So, if you guys want to check it out, he's in Syracuse, New York. So, we'll take care of you guys. All right, Rick, we'll talk to you next week.
All righty, bro.
Adios, everybody. Thank you for listening. Bye.